Thank you very much for joining this webinar today and welcome you all to this session of warehouse management. It is intelligent warehouse. The topic today is enhance your warehouse through effective warehouse automation and RFID. So my name is Murlidhar Remne. I take care of sales and operations from Crave India office. And today we have Mr. Shakir, who is our products innovations and solutioning director, who will be taking this session on. He is also warehouse management expert, SAP expert. So mm, he will take the session. He will give brief about the solution as well as we will demonstrate the application today in a short. So before just handing over to Mr. Shakir, I wanted to just quickly use a minute or two to brief you about who we are uh, and the portfolio of Crave Infotech. So we are 13 years old organization, operational from 2007. Right from day one, we are closely working with SAP, associated with SAP for SAP Enterprise Solution Services, SAP Cloud Platform, SAP RPA, and along with SAP, we have partnership with Zebra for mobile computing, who is a premium global premium player of mobile computing devices manufacturer, and we are also associated with Here Technology as a ISV and reseller. Here is one of the prominent player in geo enablement solutions. So our head office is in US, New Jersey, and we have presence in USA, India, Brazil, and Africa. These are the physical presence offices, and through which we are serving our global customer. So these are the services in broad base and focus areas. Rather, I'll say the business vertical of Crave Infotech, SAP Intelligent Enterprise, in which ECC is for greenfield implementations, migrations, customizations, support, staffing, everything we do over there. And along with that, we also have our own pre-packaged solutions, which simply top up on SAP in every functionality of the organizations. So if you see right hand side, these are the focused verticals: warehouse management, then field supply chain, service and supply chain, SCM, and enterprise asset management. These are the major verticals. Along with that, we also work, as I mentioned, in RPA, SAP RPA mainly, and along with we have our own pre-packaged solution. So without taking further time of yours, I will brief. Anyway, we will be giving you the uh, uh, recording of this session in which you will get to know about our services, and we'll connect one to one later. So I will hand over this to Mr. Shakir, who is today's main speaker. Just before that, I will mention the agenda over here. How number one is we will be briefing about the solution, and then demonstration demo of the application, and we'll take question and answers. So this is today's speaker, Mr. Mohammad Shakir, our digital transformation solution architect with 15 plus years of industry experience in functional and technical, mainly with SAP warehouse management, enterprise mobility, and cloud platform. So over to you, Shakir.
Thank you, Murli.
Yeah. Shakir, just wanted to know, do you want me to continue the screen or you would like to share your screen?
I will share my screen.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Shakir. So today we'll go through our agenda for warehouse management, automation, and how the technology can support you. So we start with some of the recent events which has uh, which actually make you business to think, rethink their businesses, how they are doing their business. So currently, because of this COVID-19 situation, there are many shortages of labor. Okay, there is complete disruptions because of this disease and infection. So because one of the critical uh, part of business function now is warehouse management, supplying the goods, okay, across various supply chains. So warehouse management is emerged as one of the most critical part of our businesses, okay, which were early neglected as just a back office, okay. Somewhere a warehouse is there, and that back office uh, has to be given the instruction to deliver the goods, okay, or supply the goods in supply chain. But now it is very because of all this current crisis, okay. So warehouse also has to rethink how they do the operation, how to optimize it, how to make them more efficient, okay. So one of the thing is that if you see the behavior of the customer also change. There is a large customer who, because of this pandemic, they are somewhere they were in a panic situation, and some buying was due to some panic. Okay, and there were also to meet the demand. Okay, the warehouse has to improve, and they have to have a technology which make them more efficient and productive. Okay, and also, while doing this modernization or revamping the warehouse, complete automation, or adopting the new technology, we have to be ready to think for future also. Something like what we have seen in COVID-19 situation, same thing may arise in future also. So we have to think and design and adopt some solution which are also able to manage some futuristic uh, situations, okay, or may be able to enough to handle the operations and with a with a minimal impact. Okay, so this is was the our our thought process of bringing the warehouse management and the application. So we'll move to next slide. So how we do that? Okay, so to bring the whole warehouse yeah, the automation and gain the efficiency, there should be cut in cost, okay, and the operations should be scalable, okay. You have to have a scalable system to adopt the scalable operation you are planning, okay. So there is always three main things what we have identified, and we are working on that, and we are adopted in our application also. New recruit, okay, this is one of the things which we frequently warehouse management where our operations will face, okay. So your system, okay, which you are using in warehouse should be so much easy, or it should have a very good user experience, so that a unskilled worker, okay, who joined recently can adopt in a day or two, okay. So we have designed and reduce the work of getting a new recruit to be familiarized with your operation, which take them in a maybe week or two. But now, because of this application, it is very easy to use that application, and he can adopt in a single day, okay, or maybe 2 days. He can work efficiently with this application very easily, because it is a very simple application. User has to use, and user friendly, and user will able to understand very clearly. We will see that all features in our demo. So other things are like, suppose you have a key operator or shift in charge, they are being held up due to or they're putting themselves in isolation because of some circumstances. So we have to think that our operation should have minimum impact because of absence of them, okay. So the decision making power should be can be come out through application that the user need a minimum support from his managers to do the operation completion. So the application should be self-sufficient to make the user to make its own decisions. So this is one of the things we have adopted. Then the long-term cost. Okay, every warehouse manager or warehouse in charge are always wanted to reduce their operation cost, labor cost, uh, and other overheads, so that they can bring overall efficiency and cost reduction together. So based on these three parameters and the earlier what we discussed about COVID-19 situation and how the demand for warehouse operation has been changed drastically, and still there are certain areas which need to be covered. Okay, so we have taken these three parameters and we are moving forward, and we have deployed some solutions. Okay, which are giving very good result now. Uh, these are some challenges what we have. If you are using if you suppose you are using currently you are using any application to manage your operation in warehouse, but most of the application what we found are now have a expiry. Okay, like that there are old technologies, okay, which is not used, like ITSM, and now there are better user interface, better application, okay, real-time applications. Okay, so these are the some of the parameter which currently available warehouse applications have and need to be give solution for the industry. So we have work on each and every challenges what customer are facing with their current application, and they want to have an upgrade. Uh, Taking all this point, the system has been designed such a way, the application is designed in such a way, it will cover and remove these challenges into the warehouse operations. So what is that we have? Okay, we have this complete portfolio of warehouse management, and I will explain. This slide is giving you complete 360-degree of view of our warehouse management. Are you able to see this bar or?
Yeah, we can. Shakir, we can see your screen.
Are you
Hello.
able to hear me also?
Yeah, we can hear you, Shakir.
So earlier also you were able to hear me.
Yeah, yes. There was no discontinuation. We are able to hear you.
Okay, from starting. No? Okay.
Yeah.
Just. So this is the complete portfolio what we have come up with our offering as an offering. So we have work out in the major three part. Okay, like warehouse mobile application, then warehouse automation, and the backend warehouse management system. Okay, like backend management system, like we have cover all SAP ECCWM, SAP SAP S4HANA on-premise, embedded EWM, and embedded or SAP WM in S4HANA, and also non-SAP warehouse management system. So our application is totally integrated with all the type of warehouse solutions which you have. Now, if you see, we have covered in our mobile application, we have covered all the operations. Okay, we Crave warehouse mobile application cover complete operation, inbound, outbound, production warehousing, storage, cycle counting, physical cycle counting, internal transfer, printing, distribution. So we have covered the complete gamut of operations with our application, which is which we can run on any type of devices like Zebra handle devices. Okay, the scanners. Okay, So there are different models and type of scanners available in the market. These application are able to run on all the devices, okay, with Android and like tablet or a smart mobile computing devices or the scanners. So the application is ready, and we also have validated with this leading a hardware provider or the device provider like solutions what we have developed. So it is a validated solution with our Zebra device, our Zebra partner. So now, what type of automation we are having? We do all type of automation. Okay, we are having a complete portfolio of QR code enable operations, then Wi-Fi enable of RFID based operations. Okay, the material handling equipment. Okay, forklift integrations, then the mapping. Okay, indoor mapping, then geofencing. So we are providing all type of automation services, okay, which is a add-on here. Voice activated order picking. All these processes we have, and technology is been adopted in our applications. So major simplification is that our application is flexible, best in class, okay, uh, with connected to our backend and uh, system, integrated with our S4HANA non-SAP system or SAP system. So this is a major simplification in our warehouse applications. So Crave warehouse mobile application portfolio cover all the operations what I just discussed earlier. These are our current product offering. Okay, what are the current release? Okay, so we have cover everything in inbound. Okay, inbound from any type, from supplier, from reservation return, maintenance order return, other return. Okay, or outbound in any type of outbound like issue to against reservations, internal issue against reservation, maintenance orders, other plants, return to suppliers, and posting changes generally triggered because of internal movements or quality related movements, physical inventory. We are still adding more processes in our application. So this is just more about the product life cycle, how we are taking all the four pillar here considered for our functional integration, deployment and automation. So these are the four for our warehouse application future innovations. This is one of the case where we have deployed our application, and these are the business challenges what customer was facing. There was a high volume of engineering spare material which require high manpower, internal and external team required to manage those. Okay, there was no accuracy or no tracking of spares where it is lying. There was high operation and inventory holding cost because there was lack of visibility or customer. So our application, first of all, reduce mm, the warehouse operation. Okay, manual effort of doing the warehouse operation because everything is now coming in handheld devices. Okay, we will discuss in detail in demo how we have reduced it. Then we have automate most of the processes. Okay, major processes, inbound, outbound, internal processes. Uh, and the operations, okay, the operator can do most of the almost every operation in the mobile devices without logging into the backend system. Okay, this all help us to reduce the operating cost and optimize the inventory. The inventory holding has been optimized. Okay, so these are the some screen from there from that application. So let's go for this. These are some of the offering hands-free picking. What advantage you will have if you have hands-free picking? You will have a paperless. You will have a 80 products reduction in the cost of ownership. So this all decisions can be taken when we are actually going with your warehouse, the solution when we do for your warehouse, what are suitable for your warehouse operations. So we provide that type of consultancy. RFID is one of the most prominent now being used because of it's having some major advantages, like you can collectively do multiple scanning of RFID together. The whole altogether operations has been operation time will be reduced for scanning the labels if you compare barcode or QR code. So these are having some technology advantages, like if you scan from a larger distance, okay, the RFID scanners are capable to do the scanning and completing the operations, okay, and also it will help in mobilization of the material movement in with the help of RFID. So we have complete offering of RFID as well. So we will go to our demo. This is some success stories we have. Uh, this 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 is a report what we are giving and covering some compliance part for warehouse management. Like whenever there is a label created, this label created by is printed by whom, and if there is any reprint required, that log all traceability on audit trail are being provided through SAP backend reports, okay, or whatever um, compliance report is required for your from operation side, that is been taken care, and we have done for some of our customers. We'll move to demo. So I have connected my device, which is a handle device, where the application is been installed. This is a Zebra MC33 series device. Okay. Um, so this is my the the screen for the handle devices. Okay, this is the launch pad or the a desktop of the device where all the installation, and you can see the different application has been installed in this device, and we can navigate it. Okay, so this is like I will just show this the device type. Okay, this is MC330K Zebra device, on which we are able to which is Android device, and we have our application is got installed on this. So this is the screen, and our application is this one. We just uh, whenever a user want to start his operation in the warehouse, so this device can be carried along with him, and he can just enter his user ID and password. Okay, so login we have taken care about security. So all the login password and user ID authentication will be done for authorized access. So once the user is logged we will have this particular type of menus. Okay, these menus are configurable. Means suppose one user is only doing the inbound operation, or he is doing an outbound operation. So we can restrict that user, or we can restrict his menu for that particular operation. So he will only able to do certain operations, okay, as per his role. So this is configurable. We can add and remove, because I am the admin of this application. So I have every role, okay, or all the transactions on operations in my list menu. So we will start first with our first 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 transaction. Whenever we do a good receipt, okay, in a backend system, the stock is getting updated at a inventory management level. But there is always required to be put into the warehouse. So we do the good receipt, and then we have the first operation. Based on the good receipt, we have the um, label generation. Okay, number of label required at incoming good receipt. So this is a good receipt happened against a purchase order. So our application is showing you complete detail. Okay, which an user is required to do. Okay, this is a this application we have put the information in such a way that it will have a minimum. It will have a minimum. Uh, minimum skill or something or very high skill is not required to understand the what actually the application is showing. So it is showing you GR number, GR date, raw material, okay, vendor code, quantity received, and movement type. Okay, so these are the information which is enough for a user to start his operation. So this list or these menus are the pending task for him. So some a good receipt is happened, and now he has to go and print the label. So once we go in, so inside that, you will have the second detail screen where we will able to see the different type of label sizes available and all the details. So we in under this good receipt, this material, we have received 200 quantity, and we are having label. Okay, so before getting print, actually you can go and preview the label, and this is the exactly the label will get printed when we do the print command. So this is the label size of 6 by 10 mm. Okay, 6 by 10 centimeter. Label size is this. Okay, you can have different size of label, and based on the different size of label, you can also have the information print. So suppose you are using very small size of label, so you can bring whatever information you can, maximum you can bring on the label size. This is also configurable. You can configure. So here we are showing all information, this material code, supplier, purchase order under which is procured, then received quantity, GR number, and the print date with timestamp. And this is the QR code. So this QR code will be used in the whole operation. We at incoming itself, the QR code is generated, and it will be used for all operation like outbound, issue, internal movement. Each operation, this QR code will be used to fetch the information and complete the operation. Now we have different sizes. So I will go by medium size. So medium size, you will have lesser information because based on the size of the label, you can manage it. How much information you want, that much can be printed here. Okay. So this is the second, the smallest size. We have provided multiple size label. Some of the things what we have put it, like suppose some at the time of label printing, some information they want to fetch. Okay, this is like a free text which is entered at the PO level, at item text level. So we are pulling that detail here and showing for a user. Okay, this type of requirement we can also have based on the business need. Okay, if it is not applicable for your warehouse, we can remove it. But if you want some information which to be published here at the time of label printing, also we can bring it. So here is label count 2. What is label count 2? Whenever you do a print, okay, the user is aware that he has to collect 2 label. Okay, maybe sometimes the label got struck or not printed, but he is not aware how much label he has to print until unless he has been informed. So the application is informing him that, or if you are giving a print command, and the printer should give you 2 labels, and he has to collect the 2 label for this particular GR. So I have given the print command. Now you have able to see the QR print link. Okay. Now once I have completed the task of label printing for my GR, it is not now pending list for me. So what is the advantage of this? Okay, so there is no human communication between the operator or the supervisor or the user. Okay, user know what he has to do for today, what is pending for today. Okay, suppose I want to see if anything was pending for me yesterday, I can go back and I have to just select the date. So I am getting the list of or label generated for 25th. Okay. What are the label which I have not yet printed for 25th? So you can choose the date and get the pending task which is not yet completed, which is was been assigned to you and it is not been completed. Okay. The same way you can go and filter it. Okay. Suppose you in your actual operations, the number of GR lists may be huge. Okay. There will be no 2 GR or 3 GRs. Okay. There will be multiple GRs. So user can go and focus what type of material he want to see do the operation first. Okay. So the application will help him to sort based on the or filter based on the vendor and supplier. So this type of filtrations, sorting and selection of data is provided similar in all the application. We will see how this is helpful. So this is like a standardization of application. This will be always available. So once a user use one transaction, the other transaction also he will able to get the same experience and he will able to use it. Okay, very easily. They need to we don't need to tell them that this option will help you. So there are some of the other first search facilities we have given here. Like if you type anything which is related to related information, it will go and sort your list. Okay, it will just keep that list which is having those information and remove other list. Okay, so this all application, this all feature and functionality help when you required when you are work with a larger volume of data. Okay, so uh, his his he can optimize his own task. Okay, he can efficiently work with this application. Okay, so this is the screen design. Every application will have two screens. First is the list screen, what he has to do, and second is the detail screen in that transaction. Okay, what that where the some input is given by user by either by scanning the label, QR material label or QR bill label, and sometimes he has to give the confirmation. Okay, like print confirmation through the device. Okay, so there are minimum input is required to run this operation. So most of the things are done with help of scanning. Okay, and confirming buttons. Okay, there are confirmation button for print and other things. So we will see less. Okay, now you see we have done one print. Okay, and once I have done the one print, the system will automatically put this into put away. Now I already printed my label, pasted on my material, outer box or pallet, whatever type of material you have. Then it will come for warehouse mode. Physically, it is ready to physically move into the bin. So that is the put away process into final destination. Now you can see for today's date, I have only one pending task. Okay. So whenever the label is print, then only this pending task is coming in the put away list. Okay, I will go back. I will go and print the second GR also. So I just printed the second GR. Now see, I have two tasks to complete. So this is auto assignment happen automatically by the system for the put away list to be done. Okay, the first thing was in the operation to get a printout. It is done. It is pasted. Now it is ready to move into the put away. So we are getting the list updated in the put away and user has to do the put away. So if you see the put away list also, it is very similar what we are seeing in the print. Okay, there is all information. Okay, he can do whatever operation I explained just in the thing that filter and other stuff. He can do the same way, but this will give the pending task for the put away, and it will also help them to filter out their list. Okay, now we will go inside. Now once we get the into the put away, user already have a label pasted on the box. Okay, and now he will use the scanner. Okay, he will use the scanner to get the scan the label. Okay, for this GR, system today's system is showing that the system will show what material, receive quantity and storage type it is there if he scan the correct bill. Okay, which is we call as a validation. So each GR under each GR, what all labels are being generated is there in the system. Once they start putting the put away, it is getting validated. He is taking the correct material or correct QR code he is scanning, which is coming under the GR and doing the put away. So I will scan. I will just go and scan one of the QR code. Okay. Um, for the sake of understanding, just give me 1 second. Okay. I will show you how the QR code is there. Okay. Then we'll quickly move back to this. So you can see my QR code screen where I have created, because I don't have material with me now, but just I have created a QR code for all my materials in this Excel. And now I am scanning one of the. So you hear the beep voice. This is the voice where it will get scanned. Okay. So we will go back to our device screen. Okay. Just we will share you our device screen. This is my laptop screen. So I will just share my device screen. So now what I'm doing, I am just scanning the. If you see now, there is no information. Okay, what material is under the GR? Nothing is there. Once I scan the correct label. Okay, once I scan the correct label. Okay, and confirmation is done. Okay, system will auto populate the information if you are scanning the correct label. Okay, if you are scanning the correct label, you will get an information that what is the material, how much quantity you received. Okay, so we scan the correct, the validation has been happened. Now what happened practically, uh, in under one pallet there can be multiple boxes. Okay, so there can be 40 boxes or 24 boxes under the pallet, and there is a choice we have given that either he can scan each and every individual boxes, the outer boxes which have the QR label or material label on that, or he can confirm, he can scan one box and confirm the other. Okay, so we have given an option here which is coming pop up. Do you want to scan the individual label? Because this GR having two labels, the system is asking, do you want to scan individual label? Then I say yes, then he will ask to scan another label till all the label are not scanned. Then the scan will not be completed. Okay. If I say no, it will automatically take or consider that other material, other QR label also are being which are under this GR is being considered for this put away. Okay. So 2 by 2, what is the label 2 by 2 means? It is here where we are putting the counter. Okay, counter for how much label the user has to scan. So he cannot miss any boxes. Okay, this is practically we are enabling the user that suppose he scan only 3 boxes under GR, 1 box is left. Okay, he cannot left it because he is being informed that you are have to scan 2 labels now. Okay, you have to scan at 2 label. You have to found two boxes there to complete this GR put away. So this is the one. Once he scan, automatically this green box come. This is coming as validated. Okay, that means you have scanned the correct label and the information is populated, and we have. Now what is the next thing is that in put away you have to scan the physical bin where you are putting this material. Okay, so we are just now scanning the bin where we are putting the material. So I just scan the system will validate the bin also. Suppose I scan a wrong bin, then system will say this is bin is not valid. Okay, or if I scan a wrong label, it will give a information. It will not allow you to do the wrong scanning or put away with the help of validations. Okay, now this is complete. Once this is complete, I can go and do the put away. Okay, I will just show before doing the put away. I will just show you if what happen if I scan the wrong label. Okay, so if I scan the wrong label, it is saying invalid label. Why it is showing label? This is also label. I scan a label only. Okay, but the label which I was scanned was not created for this GR, and I am doing a GR for 002, and it is I am scanning a label of different GR. Okay, I am scanning a label of different GR or a different same GR but different line item. Okay, so it will not make mistake in material line item wise also. Okay, each GR can have multiple line item, and multiple line item, whatever the labels has been created for that line item for that material, that only is allowed, okay, to scan. Same way we will have, and also see, if you see this screen, until unless you scan the correct label, it will not enable you the bin scanning. So you cannot scan the bin until unless you able to scan the correct label. I am scanning down now correct label. I am scanning the correct label. Okay, I am saying no. Now I am scanning the bin. Now once I do the put away, it will give me the confirmation. So a transfer order is created successfully, and material which were taken in the GR area, which was lying in the GR open area, incoming area, now move from the incoming area to final destination bin, or to the particular bin, rack or aisle, wherever you are keeping, what type of storage type you have. So this transaction is completed. Now you see that once you completed transaction, the list is being updated. Okay. Now we have only the we were earlier having two transaction to complete. Now we have only one transaction to complete, because my pending was only two transaction. Now out of that, one I have completed. Okay. So this is the um, this type of automations. Okay, is been done in each and every operations. Okay, we will move to the next operation. Okay. I will show you one more thing here. Like suppose I scan it. Okay, one of the feature, then I decide everything was okay. Okay, but I don't. I said no, I don't want to do this transaction now. Okay, I just given the things, so I want to clear it, so I can clear it. Okay, or system is able to also minimize the click. Suppose you scan the wrong label and again you rescan the right label, so you don't need to come into the application. Just press the scanner; it will automatically clear the old one and put the new one. Okay, scan. Okay, it will take the correct scan one. Now we have there are so many everything we have covered in this application. Okay, we have started with hope everybody is able to see my screen.
Yes, we can see.
Yeah.
Yes, Shakir, we can see your screen.
So these are multiple print, because I am shifting between multiple screens. So just time to time I will ask whenever I change screen. Okay.
Yeah, no
So
problem.
presently I am presenting the handle device screen. Okay, directly from the device. Okay, where I am showing you the printer. Okay, so these are the multiple operations like print, reprint, put away, supplier return, uh, uh, issue against reservation. So we will see one more transaction, reprint. We have provided a reprint because there is a reason. Always there is a chance that whatever label generated at time of good receipt may be damaged, maybe required to reprint. So we have given the option to reprint it. User can go to the particular date and ask for that particular date, the GR, what all GR created on that date. He can further go and filter out of this what he want to print it. He can just go and print it. Okay. Suppose I say I just want to focus on I just remember this 400 quantity was there. Okay, like that. So it will show you the related information. Okay. Now I go inside because the label you are generated, it can be multiple label under one GR. So now what is the practicality that every label don't need to be reprinted. So we have provided an option here to choose the label which you want to print. So I want to print the label number 2. I can see the what exactly it will get printed. So this is pretty printed. So how to differentiate practically, physically in the warehouse? So there we have put a small R, okay, which means it is a reprinted label. Okay, so anybody who is physically looking at a label, he can visualize it. This is reprinted. The GR was date was on 26. Okay, but I have reprinted on different date. Okay, so I will just go for something which is older date and get show the reprint for that. So here once you print it, okay, reprint it, there is always a chance of getting audited. Why you are reprinting the label, or you are duplicating the material, okay. So there can be a mismanagement of inventory part. To minimize the mess or mismanagement on inventory label printing and making the keeping the inventory physically correct, okay, as per the system, we have to give the reason, okay, why we are reprinting this. Okay, so we are reprinting for this. Okay, we are reprinting for this. What is the reason? These are predefined. You can maintain the list whenever you want by the admin. Okay, admin can given the reason, he can put in the system, and then it will automatically come into the application. So this is predefined reason. The user can select one of the reason to print. So once I give the print, it will go the print. So I will stop here. Do you have any questions regarding this, or we can move ahead for another transaction? So I will not take much time of you. So
Shakir,
there are so many questions, but I think we have to take last only. I think
yeah,
there
yeah.
are 8 questions are there.
Shakir,
Okay.
Shakir,
Yes.
we'll take questions at the end.
Yeah.
Only thing
Fine.
is we are a bit running out of time. So
Yeah. Sure.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
So
Okay.
now we just I will go and show you one more transaction. That is the issue reservation. So here we quickly go around. Only the change is here that the list is showing the reservations. Okay, the reservation created against the cost centers or by the orders, that also can be listed here, or by the against the asset or project. Whatever type of reservation you are getting from the production to issue the material are listed here. Okay, this list is also smart list. Okay, this is not like every reservation we are going to show you. This is being managed at a organization level. What is your warehouse? What is your in which operation you are managing? So there will be always authorization organization level layer, as well as there will be also check validated on base of, is this reservation open, is this is not marked for completed. So there is this reservation is all deleted or not. If it is something has been happened, it is not it is been marked for deletion, or it is been completed by already completed, so that will not come. Only the open reservation which are is to be issued for this date is coming. So we are getting list of reservation from the production here to issue the material to the warehouse. So here we are going to this packing material. Okay, now it is showing you this packing material, this movement type, the cost element. Now the user will go to the bin and scan it. So there is always chance that user don't know, like I am new to this warehouse, but I don't know where this material is lying. But I am 10-year-old, I can remember in my sleep also where this material is lying. But new person cannot remember where, in which corner this material is lying. So he can just click on this bin information. Okay, in this bin information he can click and he can get the bin number. Okay, this is the rack number 001. Under the rack number aisle number 03 and the stack number 01. That is forming my bin number. Okay, he can go to that particular bin and he can select it. So we are seeing here that there are 3 bins in which the material is available as per the operation sequence. These are coming one whenever he is moving, he can move from rack 1 to, suppose rack 2 is there, rack 3 is there, he can move like that. Okay, so optimization is done. Now I am scanning the label. Okay, just I will go and scan my label for packing. Scan my label. Now system is showing me uh, that when you have scanned this label was currently storing 100 quantity. This is coming from my system. System is saying that this scanner or the quantity physically should you find 100. This is available by system, and your requirement is 75. So I can partially issue or I can completely issue from this. So I am completely issuing from this. Okay. Then I am scanning the next thing automatically get open. Then I am scanning the label under which this material has been stored. Okay. So I'm just scanning this one. Now, once you scan it, the system will show you the information that this SU you have scanned or this label you have scanned. This is the quantity you are going to issue, and this was the storage bin. So this is just information. And suppose you issue partially, then it will show you how much you are issued out of total quantity. Okay, this is the issue quantity. If you want at a time of issue, if you want to put some remark like issue something with remark you want to put it, so this will get and store in the backend system. Okay, so this information will get and store in the backend system. Now once you done the operation, then issue button is completed. Now what is happening? We just got a complete issue. Means TO is also means material is moved from IM and WM both. Okay, so we have completed the operation here. Okay, so there is no mismatch in the inventory. Once the issue is happen, automatically the list will be get reduced. Same concept here. We are not showing you anything what you are not to do. Okay, we are showing only the thing what you have to pending for you. So this is one issue transaction. Similarly, we have if you are getting a return, you will get a return reservation. Okay, this is 202 return reservation. You can do the same operation by taking return. Same you have issue order. This is order, production order or anything related to process order, that also we can issue against the order reservations. Okay, so these are the similar screen. Here we are getting the detail what you have to issue, and then you will go and issue the in the order. So here also validation is working. You cannot scan a wrong material. You cannot scan a wrong bin while issuing also. Okay, it validate with the system. So this is the issue transaction for reservation order. So and this is now the bin transaction. Okay, whenever you are standing at any bin, okay, and you find one material to be moved from one bin to another, there is no need to go to back to SAP and do that operation. You go just go and scan that label. Okay, I am scanning this. I am scanning this label. It will show you. Uh, 1 second. I will scan the label, and it will show me. I'm just scanning the label. It will show me what material you have scanned, how much quantity is there. Do you want to only do bin to bin transfer, or you want to do material to material transfer? I want to just do bin to bin transfer. I want to move from bin 001 to bin. I want to move from 001 bin to 002. Okay. So everything is validated. Both bin are valid. Any bin which is not allowed to store that material also can be validated here. So I am doing just okay. Now the material is moved from one bin to another bin. Same way you can go and do the material to material scan also with bin movement also. If you want to change the material, just you have to check this box. Then automatically a new menus will come. Okay, it will pull down to choose you the two material. Okay, what material you want to scan it. Okay, so we have here RM, and we can just go and type some text and we can search it. Okay, I am getting a material code. I just selected material. I am putting into the new bin. Okay, so you understood. This is the material I have scanned to move from one material to another material. This is the second material which it will be get transported, and I am scanning the bin from transfer. So material is transferred and updated in backend also. So this is the bin transaction. Okay. So we have supply return transaction similarly. all the supply return, whatever we have to do the backend production purchase order creation that has been created, good receipt has been done. Now we are having to just issue the material. So we are issuing material against the supplier return transaction. Okay. Now, if you see all my applications are having a similar screen, so there is no need of getting with the difference screen, you get understanding of the application will more difficult. But this is a similar screen, so you will easily able to understand what the system is expecting to do you, or what system is trying to show you. Okay, so this is very easy to use it. So we also have plant to plant transfer. Okay, in our application, one plant to another STO, stock transfer order. This is also coming to scan the label and go the outward. And now we have the interesting thing is that physical inventory. Okay, so physical inventory document you have to create in, suppose you are using SAP, you have to create in SAP. Here or non-SAP, you have to get created the document. But this application, what it will really help, or what really the user want, they don't want to. They just want them help to count it. Okay, why what they are doing in now they are doing everything recording in Excel or in paper. So there is a paperless process here. You have to get created what bin you want to do the scan. System will automatically create the material under that bin. How much material is lying. Now suppose I have created a physical inventory document. Now system is showing me this many material you should able to find in that bin. Okay. Now the first thing what I have to do, I have to go and scan the bin for which I have started the counting. So this is a counting application. System will automatically see. Now you can see here user is not allowed to enter any quantity, because user and not and this application nobody is no information is coming that how much quantity is lying under this label. Okay, this is like a control also. So whatever physically is finding, that only he will enter as a count. So I am just scanning the label. So once I scan the label, automatically that application will open. Okay, so I can open and I can enter that count. So once I enter the count, okay, I can post it and I will get a physical inventory count done. Okay, and the list will be removed from my. So this is like a very easy physical inventory counting method, and it can be like a day. You can do it daily. Okay, if you want to do daily, or you can do monthly, you can do it. Okay, this is not like a stroke stopper, or you need a separate time to do physical inventory. On go, you can do the physical inventory and complete your task. Okay, now what is happening once you do the counting? It is not been yet post the difference. Posting difference you have to do by the authorized person. Whoever is authorized to do the posting difference will go and find what is the counted came from the application, and what is there in the system, what is the difference. It is positive, negative, it is adding the stock or removing from the loss, it is loss or profit of inventory differences, that will be coming. Okay, once he do take the decision, he can post, and accounting means both warehouse and the inventory management level, both will be stock will be updated and the value will be adjusted. So this is the some of the transactions which we have done it. Okay. So I will just stop here. Okay. It is now 5 o'clock. So I will stop my demo. Okay. We can have questions. Okay.
Yeah, Shakir. Thank you, Shakir. So, what we will do, Paresh, I will rather you quickly run the question poll. Okay. In the meantime, Shakir, we can take a questions side by
One
side.
by one, I will try. I'm just trying taking one by one
Yeah.
the questions. Okay.
Yeah. In the meantime, I request all to just give your
Yeah.
attend the question poll as well, please.
Yeah.
There
So
are only three
Ankur
questions.
has asked the question, when we are having multiple category in warehouse to keep, and SKUs are getting changed drastically, then how we can do the inventory capacity planning. So let me read again. So when we have multiple categories in warehouse to keep and SKUs are getting changed drastically, then how do the inventory capacity planning? So this is more about uh, related to your storage facility, how you are managing the storage facility. So when you create a structure in warehouse, you have to consider all the factors, how your operation it is. Okay. So this come under our configuration task. Okay. So what we do, we design the warehouse structure uh, as well as the storage type in a such a way that uh, your uh, this problem can be resolved. Okay, so there are many options are there. Okay, we can discuss in detail. If you give some example how your structure is there, we can definitely provide the solution on this. So second question is there, can it be
So we'll
integrated
connect
with
with them.
Tally Prime? Yeah. So Dimple is from question. Tally Prime, we have to look, okay, how we can integrate with Tally Prime. We have not done it, but surely there will be always an option to uh, uh, do the integration, okay, with Tally. Uh, okay, I don't type thanks. Okay, Sharat, can we integrate it user with AD user list? Yes, we can. This is the completely VAPT authentication. That is completely one more part which we have not discussed today. But our application is completely following the VAPT. If you want VAPT and as well as you want to manage your application on the managed device, MDM. You may have managed device, corporate managed devices, and under that policy you want to manage and you want to connect to AD and the user logging through that. It's also possible. Do you have a solution for pharma warehouse with lot of SKU being stored in mobile rack without palletization? Yes, we already have done one of the large company, Mr. Shukla. We have done for your information recently 12 warehouse for a large pharmaceutical company which is multinational, and you regularly hear that name in the very news channels. So we have done for that company. Raj Ghosh, Mr. Raj Ghosh, while same label printing for second time for different user, is there any higher grade authorization record? Yes, this is very good question, and this comes from the practical reasons. Okay, because anybody can manipulate it or anybody can take unwanted printout. So we only allow this reprint authorization to supervisors. Okay, a supervisor approval is required. Okay, or what we have done, we directly given this reprint option to supervisor only. Okay, nobody can reprint without his knowledge. Okay, now Mr. Lalit Kumar, we have number of SKUs we pick and dispatch one by one, approximately 400, 500 number in single day. Okay, 3 trucks we dispatch, which is need, which is time consuming. Is there way to facilitate to pick, scan the entire? Yes, I told you there are. See, if you are able to, there are two options. Either you make it through QR code level, or second, if you are able to invest some amount in RFID. So maybe practically I don't know, but what is the situation there with you? But you can take RFID advantage. Okay, where you can have both the things done. You will scan each and every 400 or 500 SQs. That is will be confirmed by system that all the 400 500 SQ which is going out is correct SQ, and as well as you will scan in bulk. So RFID do that. Okay, but if you go for QR label, you will able to scan one label. On base of that scanning, you can say that the whole pallet is been scanned. Suppose you have pallet of 400 material, you said yes, for all the 400, all the 40 pallet are scanned and that has correct materials going out. So that is another way to do. There is no way that QR code we can scan one and also physically confirm that everything is scanned correctly. We can just make that one pallet, one label of that pallet is scanned and system validate and check that all the label under that pallet and issue that material to the vendor. So these are the two ways. So it is possible, and we also have some solution on that. Completely RFID will solve your 100% accuracy. QR code label also will solve your problem, but it will have some type of business process means assumptions you have to make it. Okay. Can you do automation on perpetual inventory? Yes, we can do it, but we need more detail. Can we use Mr. Ramesh Thakur? The question was there from him. Yes, we can do it. I have no details, so let's give me the detail, then we can discuss. Mr. Anand Dhir, can we use laser jet printer also for label printing? No, there are special printer to get a label printed. Zebra provide a good type of printer. You can have other printers also, low cost printers, but we recommend to have a better hardware. Okay, so because there should be better hardware to support the hard environment of warehouse. Okay, so warehouse generally have a very hard environment, so it should be sustainable. So Mr. Anandi, then Kirti Vasana, Mr. Kirti Vasana. Our warehouse requirement, we have 14 high storage rack, 8 level. Okay, and each 8 level, 8 pallet. Okay, so maybe you are having a business like tire manufacturer. They generally keep everything in pallet, and that pallet goes to very high level. Okay, and each rack will have multiple pallets, one on the top. Okay. So we can do it, but what is the question here? Our requirement? Yeah, we can do it. For that, you may find difficulty for difficulty to store and pick the material. Okay, so nobody can. There are two options. We have to investigate on that. Some scanners are having capacity to scan around 20 feet. Okay, 20-foot distance is scan. Some scanners are very low capacity to scan for a certain feet only. So based on that, your requirement, either you can use scanner only, or you can also go for other options like material handling equipment. Suppose you are using forklift. Okay, so in that forklift you can put the devices which able to scan and confirm that you are picking the right pallet. Okay, when you are taking it, your stock placement and stock removal will be based on the pallet only. So each pallet can be have a identity, and that pallet can further have the material labels. Okay, under that pallet, what all materials you are keeping. So when the scanner which is traveling along with the forklift is able to scan the pallet, then the operator below who is on the ground can know that this pallet what I'm picking is correct pallet. That validation we can put. How can we get material detail in the top level? Okay, so that I'm saying, no, we have one application where we just scan. Okay, irrespective of any transaction, just scan the QR code. It will show you what all material are lying in that QR code. So suppose you scan on the pallet. The pallet will have all the information under that pallet, how much materials are there, what labels they are having. Okay, that information can be seen to the operator. Suppose you want to incorporate it while issuing and placement, that also can be done. Okay. How we can store 6-meter UPC profile in warehouse? PVC profile. How we can store? I don't know UPC full form. Sorry. Just wait.
Shakir, we also have questions in chat box also, so we need to cover those questions as well. Once we cover these questions, we will move to the chat box.
Sorry, there is some anonymous attendee, but I cannot name also. But I don't understand this question. Okay, but suppose you are having pipes and other thing, definitely there will be some solution that we can give. Okay. Mr. Lalit Kumar, how we can store 6 meter? Same question. Okay. If you type some more detail, I can understand. It is integrated with MRP system. DL Shukla, Mr. Shukla, yes, you can integrate with MRP system, but in what sense? Generally, what happen between two storage depot or two warehouses, there is stock transfer. Okay, and the requirement can directly can come as a TO for doing stock transfer. So in that way, we can do. Okay, if any MRP, if any mm, uh, any MRP system which consider warehouse stock also, we can consider that. Okay, while doing the stock transfer or completing the order fulfillment. Sanjeev Giri, Mr. Sanjeev Giri, RFID used on pallet. If pallet having two or more number of different materials, then how to substitute meter? See, RFID is on the pallet is identity of pallet. Okay, just think like a simple. It is a like a one container. Okay, which is having name XYZ, but that XYZ having what all things is another thing which is stored in the system. It is not stored in RFID, but we know what is that RFID. So when we fetch the RFID, it will automatically fetch all the other parts. You may keep the material as a QR code label, but RFID you can scan and see what are QR code labels are there in that material. That also it can be a hybrid solution also, or you can have a separate RFID for each box also. Okay, but if you see pallet, putting the pallet RFID on pallet, it means we are doing it for material movement. Okay, material movement for stock placement, stock removal, mass movement, quickly movement. That is why we are putting the RFID on the pallet. Lalit Kumar, sir, nothing. Which is the another I have just seen 15
Yeah, it is in chat box, so I can read the questions.
chat box. Okay.
Yeah. So there is
See, there are some open questions. I have not marked anything. I should mark all live.
no, see, I will read the questions. You can answer those questions.
1 second.
Yeah.
There are some more questions. For fast supply for fast supply chain in pharma e-commerce, there are huge number of SKUs. What is the various warehouse storage solution in industry? The requirement is dense storage with fast picking. Yes, we can do this. We are doing one more pharma company which is a distributor. Okay, means we are doing for a branch depot. They are heavy. Their customers are wholesalers. Okay, they are having daily dispatch. We can do that. How can I expect a long-term cost cutting? What is your roadmap? So long-term cost cutting comes with a stages. Okay, first you have to get enabled your automation. Okay, you have to start an automation journey with first initial step like stabilizing the major operation, inbound, outbound, internal, all make it automation. Then you have to go to the next step, how you can automate your material handling, what all equipment you are getting integrated with your warehouse management system like truck, forklift, truck, loading, unloading points. Okay, then getting the warehouse integrated with incoming EDIs. Okay, inbound deliveries. Okay, outbound deliveries. So that can also reduce the most of the cost cutting. Okay, there is no mismanage or short deliveries or over deliveries or over inventorization in the warehouse. In that way, we can manage. Sir, does it support FIFO method for smart pick? Yes, that is method what we use. Picking placement method and removal method. There are different strategies. Okay, you can decide FIFO strategy. If you want to applicable FIFO strategy, you can apply in the system, and that same will be followed by the warehouse application. Application of Crave Intelligent Warehouse Management. Okay.
Shakir, those questions are answered by Murli sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I have already answered a few questions, which
Yes.
I kept it.
No detail explanation. I will just go through anything I can add more things to this. Need detailed explanation on this, how material will be delivered, smart put away and smart pick. Okay. Any video to show loading, unloading? Okay, then okay, answer question I am not taking then. Okay, should we take the chat question now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I will read the questions. You can answer those questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, the question is from Sanjay. So he has asked, how do you integrate the existing barcode and SAP system prevalent in the warehouse of pharma unit with your systems?
So if you have, see, this is a typical challenge when you start the new application. Okay, maybe your warehouse already barcoded, and there are thousands of SKUs which are barcoded, and you cannot re-barcode everything. Okay, so there is an approach. Okay, you have to decide one approach. Do you want to have a new label, or you want to work with continue with the existing barcode till the inventory is finished and continue with new label? So that strategy is there. What is that we can utilize your old barcode also, okay, mm, uh, and continue the application with that. But sometime what happens, the barcode which is you have created doesn't have some limitations. Okay, if there is no limitation, or it is providing all the information, then we can continue and we can adopt that barcode in our application too for completing the operation.
Okay, so the next question is from Suresh sir. He has asked, do you have spares and stores management solutions?
Yes, we have spares and store management solution. We have implemented a spare and store managed solution also. So spare part we have done, and we have the inventory like cylinders, gas, chemical, petrol, all that are also being managed under the spare part. Equipment, machinery, belts, bearing, everything is being managed on there.
Okay, so the next question is from Sandeep sir. So he has asked, in chemical companies, 4 drum in one pallets, then how we can stuff the drum pallets in vertical?
Okay. There are 4 drum in one pallet, and you
Yeah.
want to put them vertical, one upon another. Okay,
Yeah.
that we can do. Mm, But see, when you work with a heavy material like drum, if it is having a larger volume, and you cannot easily remove and the stock, so you always have to, while placing itself, you have to decide that how you will issue it. Okay, so suppose you are issuing based on manufacturing date or first in first out, then you have to put the stock in a such a way that you can easily retrieve it back and whenever there is an issue.
Okay, so the last question I will read. So have you got solution inside refinery stores? Also, he has made the spare inside refinery ranges from the small to very large, which are kept in the yard only.
Yes, so there is one more solution which we can, suppose you have a open warehouse. Okay, generally the some of the refineries have big spares like walls. Okay, with tons kilo of walls are there, which is lying on the open space in the yard. So that also we can do it. Okay, there we can implement RFID, because if you want to pick it where it is lying, nobody know where the big roll of steel or big roll of wire which is lying somewhere. Okay, what is that wire? There are thousands of bundles of wires are lying. Okay, that big wires are coming. So that all steel wires, uh, telecommunications wires. So this all we can do with the help of RFIDs. Okay, so whenever you want to retrieve it, okay, from the system, the system can help with beep. Okay, whenever you are near to that or closing near to that, you can find the location where exactly it is lying. Suppose it is what put 6 months before, and now you need to issue it. So you don't need to run away, run all over the warehouse, but you can use this RFID signals. Okay, to find the vicinity. It will start beeping whenever you are closer. Okay, coming closer, it will start more sound. Okay, it will make more sound. So that type of things we can do it. And this beep can be also used as a passive and active. If you use active, then continuously that active RFIDs can give or publish their location, that I am here to the RFID reader, and that can be fetched in the form of reports also. Okay. Like this inventory is lying here. Okay.
Yeah. So for the same question, he has asked that do you have SAP integrations?
Which integration?
SAP SAP integrations.
Yes, yes, SAP SAP integration we are having SAP WM integration, SAP SAP integration we are having.
Yeah. So yeah, we have covered all the questions. So I think we can. It is over to Murli sir now. Murli
Just a
sir.
minute. Yeah,
Yeah.
just a minute. Am I audible?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So yes, in fact, we have tried to address all the questions. I have typed the mail ID. We have also shown in the presentation. It is my mail ID is also given over here. At the same time, you can also reach out to us at contact@craveinfotech.com. So we will connect you with one-on-one separately. Okay. So with this, we will close the session. It is quite long session today. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for your active participation in the webinar today. And we will connect with you all in a separate interaction. Yeah. Thank you so much. With this, we will close this call.